Yo, yo, yo. All right. Another plumbing adventure, bro. So we are on our way to a call. Customer asked if I could replace a customer supplied cartridge. I'm happy to do that. I let the customer know though, if their cartridge doesn't work, they still have to pay. And usually when I say that, it makes them second guess about their cheap Amazon third-party knockoff replacement, because I've seen those fail. But we're pretty close, so this is going to be a pretty fast introduction, and we are almost there. So anyway, we will see how this goes. It's either going to go smooth or it's going to be a nightmare. Either way, we're plumbing, right? Unless she backs out, and then we're not plumbing. So I will see you at the job. Here it is, and we will get that replaced. Let's see here. Size. See how it's longer? Good. So I had to throw it back in. That's stripped. So that's nice. Bro, I hate having to return. The only reason we have to return is because the set screw inside the handle adapter was stripped. So I couldn't get the new handle on. So this is for everyone. This is for all the homeowners who watch. You know, I was really happy that she actually contacted the manufacturer, the brand, for the replacement parts. So that's important. But when you're calling a plumber and you're hoping to not have any issues, it's important to get all of it. So you don't need the valve and everything. I mean, they're not going to send you a new valve, but you want to get the cartridge and the trim. And most of the time they will send it out. You just tell them, you know, it's corrosion and plumber has concern about it not coming off, because I'll tell you what, every single plumber, whether they're there yet or not, are typically going to have some sort of level of concern about getting it off, and it may need to be cut off. And now, because of that one piece, she's paying for today, and then she's going to be paying again, you know? So if you're trying to save some money by not having the plumber get you the materials and the parts, it's important to get all of that there, because you might pay double if you just got the parts to begin with. So that isn't an attack on anyone. Most customers don't know that. I'm not angry with the customer for not knowing that. I'm not angry with the customer for not ordering those parts. You know, I should have told her before I showed up. I should have communicated that. You know, I'm the professional. Although she already had the parts on hand when she called me, but I still should have informed her. So, but this is me informing all of you. You're not in the dark unless you have skipped over this, in which case you're not going to hear any of this. So, cool. But now we're wrapped up. We'll come back when she gets the parts. We're ordering all trim. So that's good. Now we are going to a customer who called, said they've had the kitchen back up multiple times. I asked them if they've ever hydrojetted. They said yes last year, but it's still having problems. So we are going to run a camera with our trusty little new Milwaukee camera, and we're going to inspect the line to see what's going on, see if it's roots, see if it's grease, see if they actually had it jetted or not. And then from there, we will do what we're going to do. So I will see you at the job.
completely. So all the vertical piping is redone.
Yeah, I think you could use more jetting. So here, if you want to come take a look. Here.
Unfortunately, didn't know how to handle it, and she unscrewed it off the fixture, and
Okay.
it's a built-in.
Yo! I don't know if you can hear this song, but this is one of my favorite reggae songs. The song's called Firehouse Rock by Wailing Souls, bro. Firehouse Rock. I don't know, bro. Something about this song, dude, is just so good, bro. Anyway, it just came on, so I thought I'd share it. All right, so we are wrapped up. Customer has some grease, bro. Was able to break up some of it with the chains, but it takes too long. Like, chains are awesome and they're good for small sections, but really what the chains excel at are roots and descaling. Like, that's really the big hitter for that. It'll deal with grease too, but if you have a jetter, the jetter is going to be more efficient, especially if you're charging by the hour. So like with drain cleaning, it's kind of on an hourly rate. You know, I'm not stingy with, if it takes an hour and a half, I'm not going to charge 2 hours, or I'm not going to charge an hour and a half. I'm just going to charge the standard book price. But there is a thing where if we exceed 2 hours, you know, I'm going to charge, there's an extra charge for that. And that's where really, like, that and leak detection is when hourly kind of comes into play. So I don't want to charge the customer more than what they need. And hydrojetting is just a lot more efficient. I can accomplish a lot more jetting the line and removing the grease than I can with the chains. It takes a lot longer, less water to flush out. It's just not as efficient. So I did what I could today to get him draining. He's flowing, but we're gonna need to come back to jet the line. So he had a plumber out there last year. I think they just ran a snake. But yeah, we're gonna jet it and clear it and get it flowing. So really stoked on that little camera, man, and the chain snake, the little chain snake, dude. It's a powerful little guy, bro. And having the foot pedal there, so nice, dude. So super stoked on the equipment. I really am liking this little camera though, dude. Like being able to run it with the chain snake, like for the 2-inch line, it's just so easy, you know, to get through the bends, and it just feels really nice. So anyway, we are stopping by Hirsch Supply real quick to get some material for the call I'm going to, which is a toilet repair. I don't even know if they're gonna have it or not. They may not, but I gotta go there anyway for the job tomorrow. We're returning back to that shower tomorrow, so I gotta go there anyway for the Kohler parts, and then we'll get that, and then I will see you at this job. We may be doing work, we may not, we'll see. So I'll see you there, man. All right, we are wrapped up. They have a leak at the toilet tank. Apparently, the son tried repairing the fill valve, and it started leaking when he put it back together, which happens especially when you're taking apart a tank and you're not putting back new parts. Those gaskets don't always go back on the way they were. So we are going to return tomorrow. I think she's going to be our last call for tomorrow. I was able to transfer in the parts, and then we'll rebuild pretty much the flush valve and then the tank to bowl bolts and gaskets, and then get her working good. So right now we're on our last call, on our way to our last call to put in a water filter dispenser. So there's one there, but we're replacing it because there was a leak on it, and then we're gonna just throw that in and get them taken care of. So I will see you at the job.
Save this one. You have to save this one. It's cute.
All right, we are wrapped up for the day. Yep, put in the dispenser. I know that was short, it wasn't really a good video. The hole was too big. The lip of that plate was right on the edge. So I did what I could. I added a little bit of acrylic caulking to hopefully help, but it'll dry translucent. But I'm gonna have to look. I feel like that's not gonna work, and I'm gonna have to look for a wider countertop plate for a dispenser in brushed nickel. So if you have any ideas of where to find one, that would be helpful. It looked like the hole was a standard hole, like a standard 1 3/8 hole in the countertop, rather than like a 1/2 inch hole or whatever size they typically are. So let me know if you know a place. And yeah, we're wrapped up, and I will see you on the next one, man.